Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Joan here, and today's video is going to be pretty different than the other ones. As you can tell, I'm holding my iPhone. I actually sold my vlogging camera and my cinema camera, so right now I am recording on my iPhone with recording audio on my other iPhone, just because even though I could use this phone and just speak to it directly, I feel like this sounds better, and that's just a personal preference. And I thought it would be better for you to hear me better. Anyways, so this video is pretty much an update of my well-being and what's been going on in my mind and my thoughts and my life and things that I've always wanted to talk about but just never did for whatever reason. And so if you care about those things, then please, you can keep watching. This is the video that no one has ever asked for. I personally have always wanted to talk about these things, but just didn't know when or how. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. The things I'm going to talk about is that many people have approached me and have been curious about certain topics, and I am an open book. I don't mind sharing whatever it is that's going on with me, as long as I feel comfortable with it. And sometimes it just gets very redundant in a sense of like, I feel like I've spoken so many times to different people that I forget who I've spoken to. Sometimes the things that I talk about, it's like not consistent because I'll like share some sort of information with certain people and then another kind of information with other people, if that makes sense. Like, I just feel like it's just not all the same, and I'm just like a broken record to the point that I don't even remember anymore what I've said. So with this video, hopefully you are going to be on the same page with the previous person who has watched this video, and we're all on the same page and I don't have to repeat myself again. And like I said, no one has ever asked me to make this video, but for me personally, I feel like it is just easier. The fact that I have a YouTube channel and I know many close people in my life do watch this, even if they don't tell me they do. And I also know that people have approached me on the side and have told me that I don't comment your videos, but I will tell you on a personal, direct message, text message, phone call that they've seen my videos. So just because you don't see comments doesn't mean people don't watch your videos. So let's do this. I literally wrote everything that hopefully I have to say on this sticky note because I'm going to definitely forget it. So if I'm looking at this is my reference. So first topic that I want to talk about is the film community and how it has changed since the pandemic, since 2020 and until now. So for me, this is just based on my personal experience. I had my YouTube channel even before the pandemic, but then there was like a time when I just like took a break because of burned out and just being in my head a lot and just not wanting to make videos. And then during the pandemic, like many people, you just have so much time, so you start creating content. And so I felt that the film community just rised in a sense of like so many new people just created channels because they just had also nothing else to do and they just felt inspired maybe. And then it was just pretty cool because I got to connect and network with a bunch of people starting up. And despite my channel not, being such a big channel of any sort, I felt that I grew a lot of subscribers that just came out of nowhere because as a circle, we just all created content together, which was pretty cool because we were all like in different locations. And then, once things started like opening up, like people could travel, I started like meeting these people actually in real life, and that was pretty cool. However, for me, I feel that now that things are much different in a sense of that people are going out more and they're not just like stuck at home anymore. I feel that I actually catch myself not really communicating with the film community as much anymore. And it has nothing, I don't want to say it has nothing to do with the people, because it kind of does too. For me, I personally started just like isolating from people in general, just because I felt that I wasn't used to the massive crowds again and like too many people being around. And my social bar is definitely not the same. I don't even know how I was able to just party or like be in big spaces with people. And now I just feel like I'm like over it after an hour and I just want to go home. And another thing is that if you are familiar with my Creative Juice segment here on my channel, where I interview film photographers or just creatives in general, I kind of put that on hiatus, because if I really posted the raw footage of the whole interview in itself, and you heard what some people that I've interviewed and what they really had to say, I honestly obviously had to edit things out. Not everything was featured on the interviews, but because I'd never met these people in real life, for me, I didn't know what to expect when it comes to talking to these people. It's just like based off of what I've already seen online. So long story short, I was disappointed by some people because they would just pretty much tell me their real thoughts about other film photographers, and how I'm not saying everyone has to like each other, because I definitely don't like every person that I meet. But it's just like when you hear what they really like, how they really feel or what they really do, and it's not authentic, and how they just say that, they just stay in communication just so like they could just like be relevant still, or like just be liked, like that goes against my morals. And I think that's why I also felt like I wanted to step away from being associated with other film photographers, because not that everyone's like that, but especially in the YouTube world, I'm saying, I feel that a lot of people aren't as real as you might think they may be. And obviously they're just going to just stick with their niche and just talk about film photography. They're not going to talk about their personal lives, which they don't have to. But for me, when I follow somebody, I like to just not only follow them for whatever it is that they do, but I would hope that, in the background, they're also a good person and a well-rounded person. And so that's just me personally. And so it was just disheartening for me when I would talk to people and they just, or someone else. And this probably happens all the time for interviewers who interview celebrities and things like that. But for me, I just was turned off by people, and I just didn't want to, stay in an environment where I just didn't feel comfortable, as I've always said. So I just avoided. And I'm not saying Creative Juice is never going to happen again. I just think right now I am very selective with who I want to interview. And at the time, I just was like very excited, because these are people that I look forward to seeing their content and things like that. And I would watch their videos on YouTube, and then it's like meeting them in person or just hearing what they had to say. I just wasn't happy with what I found out. And I know a lot of people will probably be like, oh, like, spill the tea. But for me, honestly, I think most of the film community, you could already tell who's real and not real based on watching their videos and things like that, or seeing their interactions on other social media platforms. For me, I actually deactivated my Instagram, and people have noticed to the point that they've commented and they said that they were concerned and worried, and here we are with a video that's going to explain that later. But I just feel like the more and more I find myself putting myself out there on the internet, I feel that I still am willing to put content on YouTube because I enjoy putting content on here. But on Instagram, I don't find that much fulfillment as before. TikTok, I feel like it's just like for some sort of educational, but like aimlessly scrolling use. And then I like Reddit, and then I'm not on Twitter. So it's just my own preferences. But like I said, that is my whole spiel about the film community and how I feel about it right now. I just feel like I've met some good people that I consider my friends. And then there's many people that I just feel like are just, doing it because they want to be someone else or be someone big or be someone known. And they might make it seem like they have good intentions, but then in reality don't. So yeah, I'm just not all about that. So I just stick to what I do now and just kind of like, it is what it is. And in regards to my YouTube channel, I feel that I have been posting randomly, sometimes very consecutively, sometimes not. And I have been posting vlogs again because one, many people that watch my channel are close family and friends that we don't all live in the same location. So I feel that it's nice to just share with them what I am up to because we don't get to see each other all the time and they want to know what the heck I'm doing. And I know some people out there also want to watch whatever it is that I'm doing. And I used to not like vlogging because I was just like in my head too much thinking about like the scenario or like what's in the background and things like that, which people probably still do look at. But at the same time, I think vlogging is also a way to document memories and times when I'm like with people and like things that I just do by myself most of the time. And it's just something I could like reflect back as a time capsule. So vlogging, I know many people found my YouTube channel just because I talk a lot about film photography and things like that. But I feel that my YouTube channel is just mostly about me as a person, and whether that's film photography, my short films, skateboarding, things that I'm like into. I think my vlogs are also a part of me that I want to share. So 2 new segments that will happen on the YouTube channel soon are like I re-edit my videos from the past, videos that I had on the channel, but then they had copyright infringement with music and things like that. So then I had to take it down. And then I feel that a lot of my audience now are from like different places. They probably just recently met me or found my channel or watched my videos, and they didn't know that I did or accomplished other things. And so I re-edit those videos. And now that I have a place that I get music from, that where I won't get strikes or copyright infringement, I just want to share it with you. So that's coming out. So don't think that I traveled recently to these places. These are old videos, and definitely I look different. Definitely had way shorter hair. And so yeah, that's one segment. And another segment that I am incorporating is a story time segment, which I feel that every time I talk to people or a person, I don't really like talking to groups of people. I feel that I share a lot of stories about my experiences and what I've been through. And most of the time they're always just shock or surprise or enlightened, whatever you want, or they laugh at my stories. And it always just gave me this idea of like, oh, like what happened if I share these stories to the world? Because they're not anything like secrets or anything like that. And so that's going to be another part of my channel that I'm going to incorporate. Is just like sharing stories of my life and what I've been through, and maybe have a photo that goes with that story, something like that. So that's me just practicing my storytelling skills. And yeah, so those are 2 things that I'm excited about that are coming on the channel. I know I've been not posting consistently, but then sometimes randomly, sporadically, I'll post like 1 million videos all at once. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's just like during the summer, I guess this is a good segue to my well-being. So this whole year has just been a complete like roller coaster as always. The beginning of the year, I was very, very, very down. As most winter months, I felt like I was like not motivated, uninspired, didn't know what to hell, like what I'm gonna do, and I wasn't working. And that's like very common here. Like during the winter, many places are like slowing down and things like that. So then I ended up going to Dubai. I never been to Dubai, never been to the Middle East. So I ended up going there because I have family there and I didn't know what to expect. So then, right, there's the whole like travel diaries now on my YouTube channel that if you're curious and wanting to know what I did in Dubai, you can watch it there. All of those videos are edited now and up on the channel. And then I came back to the US and then I was just like, didn't know what the heck I was gonna do like when I came back. And I was gone for like almost 2 months. So pretty much I was just fortunate that I was asked to work on a feature film. Literally, I've never worked on that before. I was a second AC, assistant camera assistant. And I got to build that experience working on set again. And then after that, then it was summer here and then I didn't work again. And it wasn't that I couldn't work. It's just that my life is like in waves, to be honest. And that is something that I want to share, that people might think that because you see someone on social media, you see them like killing it, meaning like they're just like working and grinding and doing the most. But like this whole summer for like 3 months, I didn't do work. I just literally just like focus on myself, focus on healing. You could see some through the vlogs of like what I've been up to is like very simple, just like doing simple things. I didn't do much. I just really wanted to feel better because I was still depressed. I was still sad when I came back to the US. And when I was in Dubai, like I won't lie, like I was happy and I was also kind of sad. It was like mixed feelings, but it was much better than when I was, here in the US beforehand. And then coming back was just like down again. And then when I came back to the US, I also started therapy again. And I haven't talked much about therapy, but I was in therapy for 3 years and then I stopped last year and took a break. And then, I was advised that I should go back again because my mental health was just like declining again when I came back. So I've been seeing my therapist since May. And till now, I'm very grateful because I have always struggled, opening up as many people and starting over a relationship about like what's going on in my life and like expressing, my trauma and and just issues and struggles, everything that's bothering me. So that has been helping me a lot. And I'm fortunate that like the first person that I was paired with as like who became my therapist is someone that I am still working with. It's not like I had to like find someone over and over again, which is not an issue, but I just was very fortunate that I just matched with someone that really works well with me. So the whole summer, just literally re-editing these videos, wasn't posting on social media at all, to the point that people were like, what the heck happened to you? I can't be on social media. I just like will post to promote the things that I like want to share, but I don't like to scroll. Scrolling makes my mental health like messed up so bad. It's not that I don't want people to be happy or see them in like whatever it is that they're doing. It just makes me personally upset with myself and question like where I'm at right now and why things are the way how they are and why I'm not doing whatever this person is doing and getting those opportunities. I just have a whole like spiral. So then I just was like, I can't be on social media and I don't want to post because then that's just going to open a floodgate of just people asking me a million questions. And so I just was like, if people really want to talk to me, they'll call me or text me, or I have people email me because literally that's like the end of my video. When I sing the song on the end card of my YouTube video, it's like, email me. I mean it. So that has happened. And then, yeah, I just was like, I need to just get better, like emotionally, mentally, and also just being honest. I literally went through another heartbreak. I don't know. It's like when it comes to the summer, it's just not good. It's summer and my birthday. Those are like the times of the year where it's like no bueno. It just gets me really sad. And so yeah, another heartbreak. And so I just also felt like I just didn't want to do anything but go to the gym, cut my hair. That's why my hair is pretty short now. And I didn't want to take any photos, didn't want to make anything, want to do anything. And that's just the real talk. So, okay, let's see. So yeah, my segue actually works out. Second thing I wrote here is burnt out 2021 till now. And then next is, people watch from many locations despite I always feel like, oh, okay. So this is a common theme that I always feel like, and for you, maybe you're just like, you're overthinking, which I always hear a lot. But for me, honestly, every day, I always think that no one cares about me, and I'm not going to cry. I'm going to try my best not to cry. I always think nobody cares about me, and when I post videos like this, it's not because I'm seeking attention or validation. I'm posting it because I know deep down people do care, because then after I post any type of video, someone will message me and be like, hey, I watched your YouTube video. And it'll be someone like I haven't heard from in, months or whatever. And I'll be like, what the heck? Like someone who's like in another country, in another state, another place, they're like watching my video right now. Whereas I just upload it here in Jersey. And so I just get in my head all the time because, like, my phone is not the phone that has a lot of notifications. That I don't receive a lot of phone calls. And I think there's this, like, misconception that people think I'm always busy. They think that, like, I don't have time for anyone. And it's, like, honestly, like, my life is not like that. It was like that before. Because I just wanted to be so busy that I didn't have to think about other things that like made me miserable. But now I feel like as I turned 30, I just like did the opposite now. I've just been doing less and less and less and less, and just planting seeds for like future things that I want to do. And I don't have the social capacity anymore to talk to people. I feel like I could talk to one person and have a good conversation and then like be by myself, which is like weird because usually I would talk to like 5 different people and go to like different meetings and different places and do the most. Now I'm just like over it. And when people, so like this is like something, and I know people who are watching, I might be targeting you. I honestly can't deal with people who talk a lot. Well, if they control the conversation too much and I don't talk that much, I get very overwhelmed and I get high anxiety, and I'm trying my best not to cry. And for me, people can say like, oh, you could just speak up, like you could like talk, or you could say something. And for me, I've always been taught or brought up by my parents to not talk over people. And it's just rude, disrespectful. And so for me, I just am not the type of person who will just like talk about myself and not talk about you or ask about you. And like when people just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, I just like ask myself like, do they even notice that I'm here, or I'm just a wall? Like I just don't know. So I just get so irritated to the point that I don't even answer nobody anymore. Like seriously, like I don't answer text messages anymore unless it's like really, really important. But like if people need to talk to me, I'll answer a phone call any day. But text messages, like, I'm not about that life. And worse is DMs, like direct messages. I really don't want to answer direct messages. That's just how I am. I'll answer comments on YouTube for some reason, because I don't get that many. but I just really don't like texting people. I've never been a good texter, and people have told me that. And it's weird. It's like I'm not a good texter, not because I don't text like or respond right away. It's like because I'm so cold. Like I don't put like emojis or smiley faces and things like that, or like I don't know, like I don't sound happy. I'm just like very direct, like okay, got it, like understood, like, you know, I don't like put like any feeling into it. I don't know. That's just how I am, guys. Okay, next. Losing faith in humanity and trying to recover. Yeah, that goes back to what I just said. I just like lost faith in human beings, and to the point that like I'm just been to myself this whole summer. I've just been working on myself, going exercising, literally just like reading books, watching movies, going to places by myself, driving by myself, because like a lot of people, they just like gravitate to me, and then I just get irritated because I feel like I don't like wasting my time, and when people have nothing important to say, I get frustrated. And so that's like my boundary line, and I'm like learning to be better at it, learning how to say no, all those things that you read on Instagram, like those like quotes and things like that, self-help books, like seriously, like that's just like how I've been living my life, preserving my peace. Skateboarding. That's a question I get a lot, and I understand why, because, you know, 2021, like my life was like on a roll. Like I was like graduating college. I like came out with my own photo book, my short, you know, film, Caveman, built my skateboard, and then I had a photo exhibition. It got into a film festival. Like all these great things happened. Then it's like, it just went downhill. And like I also got to meet like Greg Hunt, like skateboard director. Oh my God, love him. So I haven't skateboarded the whole year. And when I see my neighbor who skateboards, he's like, Joan, like, what the heck are you doing? And that's also why I haven't skateboarded, because I was dating a skater last summer, to be honest, and that messed me up. It just made me not want to go to the skate park anymore, because I felt like that was the place like where we met and like where he would always skate, and he's probably skating there now, and I don't want to see him, so I don't go skate. And yeah, I could skateboard like other places, but like that was the skate park that I really enjoyed skating. And even though I could just like, you know, go there on a whim and, you know, hopefully hope for the best that he's not there, I just don't want to deal with feeling uncomfortable. And that's just me. And you can judge that all you want, but honestly, that's the truth. I haven't skateboarded because I just don't want to run into him, and I feel like I've just lost the crave. I've started listening to Nine Club again, which is a skateboarding podcast, like YouTube channel, interviews and things like that, which like helps me get motivated to be interested again. So maybe I'll come back again, but as of right now, this whole year I didn't skateboard. So for people who have been asking, I'm sorry if I've disappointed you. Social interactions, barely associating. I've spoken all about that. I told you that I sold all my video cameras. I literally have my iPhone right now and just my DSLR for like DSLR scanning my negatives. And yeah, before I mention the last thing that I want to talk about, I literally wrote here, I don't have to explain myself, but I'm just tired of different people wondering and asking things and me answering individually. I appreciate people asking me personally. I respect that. I just want to answer everything as a whole, which I said earlier, but this is much, I guess, better to say it again. So lastly, this is something that I haven't told many people, and it's not anything bad. It's just something that I've been reflecting over, even to the point that I wasn't even sure if I was going to mention it. But I think it's very helpful for the people who do care about me, and maybe it'll help in the future in how to interact with me, or socialize, or talk to me, or deal with me, whatever you want to call it. So I was diagnosed a few weeks ago with BPD. And that is borderline personality disorder. Sorry, I had to think about that. So yeah, I have borderline personality disorder. And so my therapist, pretty much out of 8 things that, you know, symptoms that consist of that disorder, I have 7 of them. So that's pretty high because that's more than half. And how do I feel about it? I feel that I'm thankful because there is some sort of thing that explains for my well-being, or how I am, because for many times it just would always be like depression, chronic depression, or just like anxiety, and that's it. And I didn't know what else and how to explain to people what the heck it is that is going on with me. And now that I know about BPD, it has really answered a lot of, what I'm going through. And then like I've been researching a lot, learning more about it, because BPD, they say it can go away. I don't think so. I think this is something that is just going to be there for the rest of my life, and I need to learn how to manage it. I'm not taking any medication, in case people are going to ask that. I am just trying to learn more about it and figure out how it is for me and how I am going to cope with it now that I can start, learning about it from other people and what they've been through who also have it and things like that. Because like when I listen and hear other people's stories about them experiencing with it, it actually is very insightful, because it's like, whoa, like I've been through that, but I never knew it was associated with this disorder. So yeah, it's just been very awakening to know about this. So like I said, for the people that do care and have reached to this point of the video, I have BPD. And so the whole point of knowing that, I'm not any doctor or anything like that, but it just look it up. I don't want to like make stuff up right now and put things on the screen, but it just really will help you understand me better if you want to be able to talk with me, and understand that like why I will like, have a mentality of seeing things like one way or the other, or like black and white. Like that is a huge thing. Like a person, for example, could like be someone good in my eyes one day, and then the next day like they just do something small that just messes me up, and then I just don't like them anymore and I block them and stuff. And like whoever's watching this, you probably have experienced that with me. Like we'll be fine, one day, and then the next day like I just get upset to the point that like I just like not want to associate anymore. And it's sad. It's sad that like someone who just doesn't respond, right away can just trigger my emotions, and then I just get like upset, like really upset. It's not like, oh, I'm sad. It's like, no, like the world is ending because this person has not messaged me back, to the point that I don't even want to talk to anyone anymore. And I don't know until I'll feel better again. That's true honesty of what I'm going through. So, wow, I feel really, good just explaining all of these things. I'm just tired of always having to make these kind of videos. But like I said, many people have reached out and have questioned why have you not been responding, or why have you been posting these I'm sad, like I don't want to do anything kind of videos? Because I don't want to do anything. And I know many people are private and they don't want to even post how they feel online or tell anybody or tell the world. But that's how I am. I work better. I explain things better when I get to talk to you like this and not have to like explain on the phone or have dinner with you and like make a whole thing. It's just, I can be myself when I make these videos. And that's why I'm doing it. And I don't care if people are just like, I don't care. Like I said, I've learned to just not care about other people and their thoughts unless they really mean something to me. And I just post what I want to post on my channel because it's my channel. And if you just came here to watch film photography videos, this is not the channel for you. This channel is about me and who I am and what I want to do and what I want to share and what I want to talk about. It's not just going to be about freaking film photography. So it's just crazy because I will get, I don't even was going to say, a curse word. I just get ridiculed. I had to switch here because the other camera lost storage. But just to recap, I just want to say that I'm just over it. I don't care about what people think about what my videos consist of, and I'm not sorry if it's not all related to film photography. So there you go. I hope you got a little bit more closure about my well-being, and yeah, I am okay-ish. I am trying to keep staying afloat, meaning trying to just feel better with whatever it is that I have, because that's all I can do is just like be someone that just works with what they have in front of them and not have to keep worrying about the future or the past, because the past has already happened and the future is something that I don't know what is going to happen yet. So thank you again for watching, and yeah, don't feel bad or don't feel scared to reach out to me, but just know that if you text me and I don't respond, it's because I hate texting, and I probably told you this already and you're not listening, and that means you're not respecting my boundaries. And if you're someone who doesn't like to talk on the phone or do stuff, that's fine too, but this is what works for me and my mental health and my sanity. Okay, stay tuned to the next video. Sayonara.